Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a team selection video for double game week 33. Back-to-back doubles. Let's see how the team is looking for this double. We're going to make some transfers. We're going to activate some chips. Oh, fun. This is the days that we live for. Double game week 32, not much. 32. Not much has changed since my last video, which I made it on Monday prior to the Fulham game. No, Bournemouth-Fulham. Bournemouth won the game, 1-0. The guy who, everyone had, especially me, when I brought him in my team for the double and everything else, failed to score for not just score, failed to score, assist, get any returns, and got 3 yellow cards consecutively scored last night, or on Monday. And last time we had Champions League games. I'm recording this on Wednesday. The video is going to be out tomorrow, so I don't know during this recording what's happened between Arsenal and Real Madrid, what the consequences of that game are, but let's just jump straight into it and look at how the team is doing. I mean, that's going to be short because I already talked about that. Let's just go on the fantasy app over here. No, one more time. Let's just go to fantasy app over here. Go to fantasy, and you can see I'm on 49 points. I think I was on 47 because Evan Nielsen got me 2 points. So I was in a red arrow by a margin of 2 points. I'm still on a red arrow by a margin of 1 point. And as I talked on my last video, the only thing that can change that is Isak hauling because I'm on triple captain. And Mateta not scoring or not doing anything because that can kill me regardless if Isak does well or not tonight. Other than that, Eze as well. Let's not forget I don't have Eze. Munoz could help me because there are people with triple Crystal Palace but don't have Munoz. They have Saad, Eze, and Mateta maybe. But yeah, nothing has changed. It's been a super average game week for me, including my triple captain who got an assist. The only one who scores was Marmoush. All assists. Salah assist, Palmer assist, Saad assist, Murphy assist, Isak assist. A game week of assists, you can call it. Except for Marmoush. And benched Martinez and Konsa with 7 points. But anyway, this is almost gone. Of course, we have the game tonight between Crystal Palace. I didn't talk about that either. Crystal Palace and Newcastle. So what I would hope from this game is famous last words. Isak Hall. Preferably Munoz get some returns. Blank for Mateta and Eze. That's it. That's it. I'm not being greedy at all. So let's just go on the pick team and see how the team is looking at the moment. So I'm most likely activating my bench boost, as I talked on my last video, because I don't want to save it for later. I don't know what team am I going to have. It's not the greatest of bench boosts, but it wasn't the great this game week 32 either. So at the moment I have Raya on goal, Ipswich away, Crystal Palace at home. I don't have any worries for him starting. Same with Saliba. I have worries with Saka, but we'll get to that. I have Martinez on my bench. Newcastle home, Man City away. Not the greatest of double, but it is what it is. Come to think, if I had brought in Areola, saved money, and he has Southampton at home, which is almost a guaranteed clean sheet. You never know, but closest to guarantee. Munoz with Bournemouth at home, Arsenal away. Arsenal away, not a good game week if you're hoping for clean sheets. Bournemouth at home, maybe. We'll see. Hopefully get some attacking returns. That he can get against Arsenal because I feel like Arsenal is going to rotate that game. Guardiola, Everton away. Villa at home. Not the greatest in terms of defense. Again. Konsa especially. Newcastle at home, Man City away. That's horrible. In terms of defense. If I had attackers of Villa, I wouldn't care of any of these matches. I've got Salah, Leicester away, which was my captain shout until today and yesterday. Saka, Ipswich away, Crystal Palace at home. The captaincy is on him at the moment, but I think I'm going to switch it to Marmoush. I'm going to become a sheep. I feel like this game week as well and just follow the pack. Just go for safe. I call it safe because most of the FPL Twitter and content creators are going there. I'm going to check. Of course, I'm going to wait till the deadline and check, but I don't feel like, because this is the thing with captaincy this game week is between 3. Or before that, it was between 2 for me. It was between Saka and Salah. Saka has a double. If we know he starts both games, he's by far the most outstanding captain. But let's see what happens tonight. I mean, it would be a miracle for Arsenal to lose. Again, famous last words. To lose this tie and get knocked out after winning the 3-0 the first match. But you never know. You never know. If Arsenal could win 3-0, Real Madrid could win 3-0. So let's see what happens there. That would change it. But I feel like if Arsenal got knocked out, I would be more safe to captain Saka. But if they don't, I feel like he's going to rotate and he's not going to risk him on an Ipswich away, especially. Then Salah is a good single game week, but I feel like Marmoush is guaranteed minutes, and he has a double, and it's not the worst double. It's not great, but it's not the worst, so I feel like he's the safest option. Then I've got Jacob Murphy, who's probably going to be sold. Ismail Assar with a double, as I talked earlier. Isak, Aston Villa away. And then on the bench I've got Palmer, Livramento, and Evan Nilsson, who disappointed last night. So the plan was, still is, at the moment, to do Palmer. He's going to drop in price tomorrow, by the way, so I have to make a decision because I have so little budget. Palmer to De Bruyne, and Murphy to Eze. Now, Eze could become... There's so many options I talked about in my last game week too. I'm going to go quickly here and explain it again. So Eze could be either Rodgers as well. Let's go to Villa. He could be Rodgers for guaranteed minutes. You know, he never gets benched. Or, if you take a punt, he could be... No, Arsenal. Yeah, Rashford. Rashford has now started both Champions League ties and one of the Premier League ties. The time when Watkins started that game, I feel like Rashford was rested for the Champions League match. So I don't know. I mean, he looked good in the Champions League. He's looking good. 65 minutes played last game week. Got hooked after that. This was the game week he got benched and came in for 28 minutes. This is the game he started again, 64 minutes. So his minutes are not a lot, but he can do damage in a double. I just don't know if I'd risk it and go there, but it's definitely a shout. I mean, De Bruyne is also a risk, as I talked in my last video. We don't know if he's going to start both game weeks. He's played so little this season. I feel like it's a huge risk, but I feel like with De Bruyne, it feels more like a risk I could take than with Rashford. I definitely wouldn't go for both. If I'm taking one risky player, I want to have one safer one. You wouldn't go for two risky players. So it's either going to be Eze, guaranteed minutes, or Rodgers, guaranteed minutes. There. Yeah, as I said, Rashford and De Bruyne both, it's a bad combination. If you have Rashford, you can do, for example, like this. You can go for Rashford and then get Eze as well. So have no De Bruyne. Rashford and Eze, because then Rashford is the risky one and Eze is more safer option. You could also do, if you know Watkins, but that's the thing though with Watkins. It doesn't feel like he's the first choice now, so I wouldn't make that risk. You could definitely go Watkins. If I knew Watkins started both games, I'd definitely go Watkins and then go Palmer for Eze and just keep Murphy. This thing. Like that. I'd have the money for this. So, because on attack, the 3-0, you basically, the only option is Watkins with double game week. But Aston Villa doesn't have any other attacker. The only attacker City has is Marmoush. Holland is injured. And who else? Isak I have there. And Arsenal doesn't have any fit attackers because, like, Marino is listed as a midfielder even though he's playing as a central striker. So this is it. This would be it. But my preferred is to keep Evan Nilsson on my bench boost, which doesn't feel... But it is what it is. I mean, you can always get attacking returns. He missed, didn't miss. It was a good shot. He hit the post. Like, he still looked very good in that match. It's just unlucky. You can't expect him to score every game week, so I'm fine with having him. But I still feel like, yeah, the De Bruyne and Eze, or I don't know. Like, if I'd had Eze, and if I'd had Rodgers instead of him, I would have felt much better. But maybe that's just knee-jerk. I mean, Ismail Assad has been decent. He's more points. Essie's been better, outperforming him lately. But Sar has been, you know, better generally. I think he has more points than Eze. So this looks okay. This looks okay. So I'd have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 doublers, including Martinez. And then I have Salah single game week, Isak single game week, Evanilson single game week, and Livramento. Out of Salah, Isak, and Evanilson, I don't mind having any of those, even though if they don't have very easy fixtures. Livramento, I'm the only one who's like, you know, because he's not going to keep a clean sheet at Aston Villa away. He might get some attacking returns, but it's less likely. But he might, I mean, more likely than the other defense on Newcastle because he plays on the wing. But let's see. So I'm going to have Livramento, Evanilson, Isak on the bench, and then the rest starting. It's decent. I'm going to bench boost. I'm not going to overthink it. Yeah, I have the free hit for Game Week 34, and then we'll talk next game week. So this is it. I'm not going to keep it for longer. Just blah, blah, blah onto it. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we built the wild card for these two doubles, so there's no point. I feel like I'm not happy that it's limited us. My team is just, it doesn't have that je ne sais quoi, you know? It doesn't have like the, I would have loved the likes of Bowen to have now. He would have been a great differential for this game week. If you're playing free hit, please do look at free hit drafts, because I would go for Conor Bradley on defense. They're playing Leicester away, and he is pretty attacking, and he's playing a Liverpool defender. Great shout for this game week if you're on a free hit 33. Bowen, as I said, also like. But yeah, Arsenal has a great fixture against Ipswich. You want to attack these Southampton, Ipswich, and Leicester. So, as I said, Salah and Conor Bradley are playing Leicester. You can even go for, you know, Luis Diaz or Jota or something like that. Bowen is playing. He's the only one practically in attack that you want to go for. And Wan-Bissaka, if you want to go on defense, is playing Southampton at home. That's a great fixture. And Arsenal is playing Ipswich, but the problem with Arsenal is that defense is good. The attack is hard to predict at this moment in time who he's going to play. I feel like Saka is going to be rested for Ipswich. But let's see what happened tonight. And yeah, and then we'll make decisions from then. I'll post my team on Twitter half an hour before the deadline somewhere, so please do look at that if you're interested. And this is it. Good luck to all of you in this double. And thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Help us grow. And I'll see you on next week on double, on a game week review. So hopefully green arrow, but I can't complain. Bye. Subscribe. Come on. Just do it. I'm waiting. Just do it.